And we are transmitting.
Does that mean we're live? Oh, I didn't know what transmitting means. Big words. Hello, YouTube. We got to quit meeting like this. Disappointed outside Rupp Arena. Cats just lost to Georgia, 86-78. Drew Franklin, Jack Pilgrim, Zack Geoghegan, Jacob Polacheck, Stephen Peak behind the camera. Brandon Ramsey could be anywhere. We can't keep up with him. But we're all disappointed. Game Kentucky should have won one of the easiest games left on the schedule. They got up by 8 in the first half and still lose to the Georgia Bulldogs. Actually had a great night from Otega Owe. 25 points-ish? 28. Look at that. Shorted you, Otega. Sorry about that. Colin Chandler and Fuego could not miss. He is on a unbelievable run from 3 in the last few games, but still ends in a loss because Georgia couldn't miss either. Who's Millender, by the way? That guy was a problem.
Smurf.
Once again, kind of like Florida, you let the other guys beat you. Wilkinson had his big game. Santos a machine, but Millender knocked down a lot of threes. Georgia's three-point shooting was the story. Jack Pilgrim, I'm a sources say listener. I thought Georgia couldn't shoot the three. What happened? You told me they couldn't shoot.
Say it's like the same thing that happened against Florida. I mean, the exact same script. Let's just give them wide open threes all night long play. At some point, you got to say, we should probably not let them get comfortable, probably not let them heat up. And that's exactly what happened. All the guys who can't shoot did shoot. All the guys who can shoot did shoot. And that's how you get a record setting. I don't even know what the season high is, but I guarantee you that had to have been the highest for Georgia.
Second highest against an SEC team.
Yeah, just unbelievable. Just how you can get up 8 and then just kind of put it on cruise control and be like, we got it. See you this weekend, and choke the way they did. Let them take an 11-point lead, whatever it ended up being, and then get right there at the end of it and have it ripped away. Just as heartbreaking as it gets. And all of the think of where we were this time last week, thinking, wow, I mean, if we do go down to Gainesville and steal that one, we were the number 1 seed. We're talking about, can we get up to a 4 seed in the NCAA tournament? Do we get a double bye? And now we're right back to, are we starting on Wednesday? Is that a thing in the SEC tournament? It sucks, man. The difference a week makes is a horrible difference.
Wednesday. Let's not get that far. We can probably wave goodbye to the double bye. Kentucky's now 8-5 in the conference. You fall behind the big pack of the Tennessees, all those teams. A lot of them play tomorrow. Maybe you get help and they take some losses, but still big hit to the standings for Kentucky. This was one of the easiest games left on the schedule. This roller coaster, man. And we don't do moral victories ever at Kentucky, but I feel like most people were still pretty confident in the team after Florida. I mean, it takes us right back right here, right, Zach?
Yeah, this is like Jack and I talked about at the beginning. Yeah, I'll take the whole court here. Like Jack and I talked in our little sit-in chat or whatever we were doing outside Rupp Arena beforehand. This is a quad 2 game. There's only 2 left on the schedule, now 1 left, and these are tournament or resume killers. Like this, these are the losses that drop you a seed line. It makes the next 5 games even more important than they already were. So to put up that kind of defensive performance was really, because that's really what it was. I mean, 14 of 31. It's not even the 14 made threes. The fact that they shot 31 of them is like ridiculous, man. And it almost didn't seem like it was just poor communication, like just not following guys, like bad on switches. Just allowing all of their guys, and it wasn't even a situation in Florida where, like, at least Boogie Flan shot, like, 0 for 3 from 3. Everyone from Georgia was hitting their threes. Like, we've got Blue Kane, 3 for 5. Millender, Mr. Smurf is 4 for 5. Catchings, 2 for 5. Jeremiah Wilkinson, 3 for 8. I mean, it's like everyone up and down the lineup for Georgia was hitting all their threes, and Kentucky got basically nothing out of their front court tonight. Like, shout out to Mo Diabate for grabbing a bunch of rebounds and playing hard at the end. I think he might have been the leading rebounder with 9. But no one else. I mean, Malachi, Brandon Garrison, Yelovich, just very, very little from any of them. And I think that's really what killed him. I mean, Kentucky still won on the glass here, but you miss 8 free throws. You let them shoot a million threes. Like, it was a poor defensive performance. And it really, takes over the fact that Otega had a great game and Colin Chandler is like the best shooter in the SEC right now.
Otega had a great game, but it did stink where they got the ball, I think, down 3. He drives, looks like he has a path. He gets downhill, just dribbles right off his leg, Jacob.
That happens twice a game with Otega.
It was a pivotal moment for it to happen there, though. I mean, he got the position needed, dribbles it right off his leg. It felt like they were believing there for a little bit, Jacob. Did you have any belief at that point?
I did. Like, it really felt like the whole game, you're like, all right, they don't look good, but they're better than this Georgia team. They're going to put it together. They're going to start to figure it out. And they started to figure it out towards the end. But and then it just fell apart again. So I did have a lot of belief throughout that game, and just like Zach talked about, the front court was the thing that just stood out to me. As this was a terrible night from Moreno, Yelovich, Garrison, Diabate. Like
Yelovich had some awful turnovers. I don't even know where he was throwing the ball.
Like you can't really put it on one guy because it was just a bad effort from a lot of guys, and I feel for guys like Ortega and Collin because those were two really good performances that were wasted on a really bad loss.
I forgot to shout out our friends at Friends of Cole. Shout out Friends of Cole. They've been sponsoring these a long time. Check out all the great things Cole does for Kentucky at friendsofcolekentucky.org. Unrelated, Joe Kraft was sitting with Will Stein courtside. That was pretty cool. Will Stein, I think, is 0-2 at Kentucky games, basketball games.
No, he was part of the comeback. Mississippi State, was it?
Oh, was he there?
Yeah, he was there because he was the one that lit the crowd up. And
my bad.
Will's 1 for 1.
I take
1 and 1.
Well, I know he's got 2 losses.
1 and 2.
It's my bad.
1 and 2.
Forget. We'll cut that part out. Good to see him there. Great seats. And you were excited. Your boy Andrew Carr was here to be the Y. I'm trying to do some positivity on the night. And those were kind of cool moments, I guess.
That individual sequence, Carr, Stein on the Jumbotron crowd was unbelievable. It was very 4 and 9 p.m. game. I did think Rupp wasn't horrible. They didn't give him a whole lot to stay.
I want to say something about Carr. There was a point where
everyone stopped what they're doing.
I want to say something
about Andrew Carr.
I want to say something. There was a point where they show Andrew Carr on the Jumbotron, and there's a blue coat just standing right in front of him. It goes for 5 to 10 seconds of just Andrew Carr being completely blocked by the blue coat of them showing him. We're pointing at something.
No, Aaron Perkins.
Shout out Aaron Perkins.
And I just thought that was funny because it felt like they just kept showing him, waiting to see him, and no, didn't show up.
I'm glad you enjoyed that part.
Yeah, I did enjoy that.
Auburn's next. How are we feeling? It's really impossible with this team. The unpredictables, the ride of emotions we've been on. No one has any idea how it'll look. But do you feel like they're more of what we saw when they were 8 out of 9, or was that kind of we getting back regressing to the mean, and that was maybe just a hot run?
Well, I don't know because this court's ridiculous. You can just over here. And it was a good start for Kentucky. They led, I think, for the first 12 minutes or something of this game. So it wasn't a slow start or anything that really, killed Kentucky there. But now you're kind of in a situation where you don't feel comfortable in Kentucky or confident in Kentucky going forward. But what happened after the Vanderbilt loss? They came in. Was that Arkansas? Was right after that, right?
Correct.
Or was that 2 games after?
Quick turnaround.
So it happens. This team is just very back and forth. You never really know what you're going to get, and hopefully they can get similar offensive performances, and you can have Colin. Denzel had some moments late there as well where he was kind of stepping up. So
big three,
and it got fouled on a 3 as well. Would have been nice if they made all the free throws on those. But you really just need. The front court just had. I don't know if because it was just Somto down there. It wasn't like there was any. It's not like Florida where they had 3 massive big guys or 4 massive big guys. It was Somto, and then they brought another guy off the bench, and those 2 just kind of manhandled Kentucky. So that's probably the more concerning part is just Kentucky kind of got whipped in the front court, and I don't know how that'll change. I'm not a big Auburn fan, so I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure Keyshawn Hall will play. He's been out for a couple games, so I'm sure he'll return on Saturday. So it's going to be tough, though, because now Kentucky's kind of in a spot where, that Vanderbilt loss was just the 1 loss after they'd won 4 or 5 games in a row. Now you're at 2 in a row, and things can quickly start to snowball, and that's when it can get a little bit scary.
If only you had a lottery pick 6'11" guy who's probably going to be, making max money one day in the NBA. Sure would be nice to have him against a guy like Somto to neutralize that, or against Ruben Chinyelu or any of those types of matchups. And we talked about it in our little stand-in chat or whatever it was, but you were okay with the Florida loss, assuming that you took care of business in this one and at Auburn. It was kind of one of those, hey, we'll take the short-term speed bump if it means that the big picture growth is still there. I think the issue now is okay, are we back to square one? Are we back to where we were, the same Missouri vibe, was all of the stuff that the LSU game winner, all of the wins up to that point, was it all fool's gold? What is this team like? Are they any good? Because a lot of it had to do with luck. This team, I can't get a pulse. I can't get a feel for anything that they do. If you were to say, hey, is this team good? Is this team terrible? I genuinely, to this day, with 5 regular season games left, I have no idea.
Why don't you tell everybody the good news? What's going on tomorrow?
Oh,
we can close the book on this.
Guys, please, I'm begging.
Come on.
I'll be at Parlor Pizza.
Go see
Shout
Jack.
out Parlor Pizza, Harrodsburg Road location, 5 p.m. We were going to celebrate. It was going to be a great. I was going to buy some beers, and it was going to be a great time.
Still can.
But now it's going to be sad. But please join me. I'd love to be able to talk about Kentucky, and it'd be fun. So 5 p.m. Harrodsburg Road location, Parlor Pizza. Please, for all that is good, all that is good in the world, please come join me.
Everybody should go. I mean, it probably would have been more fun if they won, but sometimes getting together in the misery, maybe having one more beer than you had planned, it could be a good night. So check out Jack and Sources Say tomorrow, 5 o'clock, the Harrodsburg Road location, Parlor Pizza.
UK room?
Yeah, I watched the Arkansas game there. Parlor were 1-0 together. Great run. Great UK room, by the way, too. Friend's birthday party. We had a great time. Beat Arkansas. Can't complain. Maybe Jack will have that much fun tomorrow. Shout out Parlor Pizza. Shout out Friends of Cole. Shout out Colin Chandler. Really amazing run he's on. I hate that it didn't get to a win tonight. Samuel Ortega Owe, good game, except down the stretch. Couldn't finish that last play to help him out, losing it off his knee. Cats lost. Got, 5 games left?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows. But thank you all for watching here. For Drew, Zach, Jack, what?
We do player of the game already?
That was kind of a combination. Do you want to player of the game for your...
Parlor Pizza player of the game, Colin Chandler from the moon. Man, what a run he's on.
And he's the player of the game tomorrow. 5 o'clock. Thank you all. It's going to get better. Maybe it won't. I don't know, but this one stunk. Go Cats.